Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something. Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy. I don't know. Keep searching for her notes. She probably had... You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Next them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Ah, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be... gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them. I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me. About all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my... She actually did it. Created a portal with a soul cave. Incredible. Are you alright? That looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe, to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know.
is all wrong. Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched. Ah, the smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
I yearn to see the great...
Arvak? Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back! This is no...
Hunter is in the company of my daughter. It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down. Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Auriel and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout. Khan obtained Auriel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon. The tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? If you believe that, then you're a bigger criminally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father!
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Serana, if you'd only open your eyes... The moment your father, your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
We have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear, Take. I'll assist you in any... Beware of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its... a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the pool. Claim my soul. They had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game. Each watching the other to see which will give in. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or However, The majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the
If I hadn't lost all of the pages, I wouldn't be in this predicament, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Very well. I suppose a moment or two of my time couldn't hurt. Some call me Saint Jib. Others call me Jib the Erratic. Maybe you should leave the writing to an expert. Stop making foolish suggestions. Terrible. Simply terrible. I was in the midst of writing the second volume, and I don't even remember how much time has passed. My work will never see the light of day. My name will be forgotten. Perhaps. Do you have a way out of here? Maybe I can't leave. Oh my. Well, it started with the followers of Mehrunes Dagon having Emperor Uriel Septim VII assassinated. Without a septim on the throne of the Empire, Dagon was able to leave Oblivion through the gates and attack. I know. Ah, yes. Saint Jib the Eradicator, Jib the Magnificent. I've earned a lot of those titles thanks to my campaign against the Winged Menace. Yes, I'm speaking of the Cliff Racer, of course. Wretched things. They used to crisscross the skies over nasty flying creatures with a habit of sneaking upon the ancestral home in Morrowind to the continent of Cyrodiil. I settled in the city of Kavach to write my memoirs and to find some peace and quiet. Indeed, one moment I was writing diligently, and the next my door bursts open. It was a cadre of Dremora. The city was a dark time in my life. I did a lot of things I ended up regretting. Maybe that's why I worked so hard to redeem myself once I was free. I murdered others for money. And before you think I belong to some romantic or secretive guild, think again. I was simply an addict who needed money for skooma. The stuff wasn't cheap, and murder always seemed to be in demand. I finally bit off more than I could chew.
Stay away from the crystals, or you may find yourself becoming one of us.
Who's there?
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive. Yes. Please follow me.
can't believe we found my mother. Wait, I hear something.
He's here. Defend yourselves!
Where'd you come from?
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon. Volumes written on Dernavi.
I believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. That's it. That's the last scroll. Come on, let's take it to Dexion.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be... Could be your last chance. I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition. I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs.
The sooner we get the scroll home, the sooner we deal with my father.
Stars have rendered the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore name you Quanarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue. Your time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this in my language. The Quanarin is the Vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle. You are the Dova King, the Dragonborn. You may not be one of us in body, but you have earned it. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, could raise legions of the undead. In return, I have been here too long, Quanarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will...
I'm glad we found the scroll, but I wish she could come with us. Wow, you're just amazing.